This is your final test, my child. Archangel Michael says God has released a fortune check with your name upon it, and heaven is watching to see if your spirit is ready to receive what has already been prepared. Do not hesitate in fear, because this moment was not sent to frighten you, but to awaken your faith. My child, my beloved, listen closely now. Before you continue, take a breath and open your heart, because the atmosphere around you is not ordinary. I am standing beside this message with urgency, carrying a word meant to reach the deepest place in your spirit. Your life is about to shift in a way you did not imagine. This is not simply a warning, it is a divine test of readiness. Do not skip these words, because they were written for the part of you that still believes heaven has not forgotten your name. These lines are sealed with heavenly light. You were chosen to receive them because a door that has been locked for years is finally beginning to tremble open. Let me reveal the truth heaven kept hidden until this appointed moment. A blessing marked with your name has already been released. It is not far away, and it has not been forgotten in delay. It is here in the Spirit, but heaven is watching to see whether you will receive it with faith or shrink back into fear. That is why you felt pulled toward this message. That is why your heart may feel stirred right now. When God releases a miracle, He also reveals whether the heart is ready to carry it. Understand this clearly, my child. Hesitation often speaks the language of fear, and fear has tried for too long to delay what heaven already assigned to your life. You were surrounded by doubters, drained by shadows, and pressed by voices that made you question whether the blessing could truly be yours. But today, heaven is removing those walls. The barriers that weakened your belief are being lifted, and the old voices are losing power. Now heaven is watching to see if you will step forward without letting fear speak louder than faith. My child, do not rush through this moment. Read with presence. Breathe with trust. And let every word enter your spirit. Every second you remain open to this message, heaven sees your willingness to pass the test. In truth, you did not simply find this message found you. A celestial light guided it into your hands because your appointed moment has arrived. A whisper from the divine realm called your name and said, "Send this message before they miss their miracle." My child, a golden check is floating above your destiny. I can see it, and I can feel its weight. It shines with numbers that do not fit in your old life, numbers that can rebuild your world. They carry healing, abundance, and new beginnings. But there is a condition, a divine test, a final moment where heaven measures your readiness. If you hesitate for exactly 10 seconds, the check fades. If you open your heart instantly, the check descends. My beloved, you are standing at the spiritual doorway right now. One step forward and your life shifts. One moment of fear and it delays again. Let me ask you something only your soul can answer. Do you feel the energy around you rising? Do you feel that strange pull in your chest, like something extraordinary is about to happen? That feeling is not imagination. It is alignment. It is divine timing. It is the signal that heaven uses when your destiny window has opened. I want you to keep reading because every line is preparing your spirit to receive what belongs to you. My child, I must tell you something crucial. Someone tried to block this message from reaching you and intercepted it, but heaven broke the barrier. That's why this moment is so powerful. You are reading a message that was almost stolen, a blessing that was almost redirected. It was a miracle that was almost handed to someone else. But God said, "No, this belongs to them. Send it again." That is why this is your last test, to see whether you claim it boldly or let hesitation steal it again. My child, before your blessing falls, heaven is asking one thing. Don't doubt yourself. Doubt is the only enemy. Fear is the only barrier, and hesitation is the only thief. My beloved, I need to say this clearly. You are closer to your breakthrough today than you have been in years. You are standing on the edge of the miracle you prayed for late at night. You are inches away from the life you dreamed of but never felt worthy of. But God says, if they open their heart today, I will open every financial gate they were denied. My child, I know you have been tired, and I know you have been carrying pain quietly. I know people around you did not see your struggle. They didn't see your tears or your sacrifices. But heaven did. I saw everything, and now I reward everything. Let me give you an important message. In the next 48 hours, 3 signs will appear around you. These signs are not random. They are confirmation that your spiritual test has begun. The first sign is a sudden shift in your emotions, an unexpected calm. The second sign is a message, a sound, or a number that feels strangely meant for you. The third sign is a moment where you feel protected, almost lifted. These are signals that the divine check is descending. My beloved, the only question now is, will you hesitate or will you claim it? Before I continue, my child, listen closely. If my voice, my presence, and my words feel aligned with your soul, then heaven wants you to stay till the very end of this message. Because the longer you stay here, the stronger the miracle attaches to your destiny. My beloved, stay with me and don't scroll away. This moment is sacred, and before I continue to the next part, you must know this. Missing one divine signal could delay your blessing again, so don't let that happen. My child, my beloved, stay right here with me, because the moment you continue reading, heaven counts it as a step forward in your test. Every second you remain here, your destiny rewrites itself in your favor. My beloved, listen closely, for there is something you need to understand today. Your life has been under evaluation for months. Heaven has watched how you reacted to pain, betrayal, and delays. Every tear you shed was recorded. Every time you tried to stay strong, even when your spirit felt weak, heaven took note. My child, this is exactly why the fortune check is being released in your name today. This is not luck. This is not chance. This is divine compensation. My beloved, I must tell you a truth that will shake your soul. You were never meant to live an average life. You were never designed to be ignored, disrespected, or overlooked. Your destiny carries a spiritual royalty, but the world around you tried to make you feel small. My child, this check, this blessing, is heaven's way of lifting you back to your true spiritual place. My beloved, do you know why God called this your last test? Before I continue to the next part, subscribe to this divine guidance so you never miss another message heaven is trying to send you. Don't let that happen. My child, my beloved, stay right here with me, because the moment you continue reading, heaven counts it as a step forward in your test. Every second you remain here, your destiny rewrites itself in your favor. My beloved, listen closely. There is something you need to understand today. Your life has been under evaluation for 4 months. Heaven has watched how you reacted to pain, betrayal, delays, and loneliness. Every tear you shed was recorded. Every time you tried to stay strong, even when your spirit felt weak, heaven took note. My child, this is why the fortune check is being released in your name. This is not luck. This is not chance. This is divine compensation. My beloved, I must tell you a truth that will shake your soul. You were never meant to live an average life. You were never designed to be ignored, disrespected, or overlooked. Your destiny carries a spiritual royalty, but the world around you tried to make you feel small. My beloved, do you know why God called this your last test of greatness? Heaven needs to see one thing from you today: courage. Even the smallest drop of courage can open the largest door. My child, this is not a test of strength. It is a test of trust. My beloved, heaven whispers, if they trust me for even one moment, everything will change. My child, you have suffered long enough. You have carried burdens that were never meant to be yours. You have stayed loyal to people who did not value you. There were storms that were trying to break you, but you didn't break. And that is why heaven is rewarding you. My beloved, this blessing is not random. It was scheduled, it was timed, and it was waiting for your spirit to rise to this exact moment. You think you are reading a message, but in truth, you are stepping into a prophecy. It is a shift, a vibration, and a crack in the wall that once blocked your abundance. This is the first sign that your test has begun. My beloved, you must understand something now. The enemy tried to steal this blessing from you. There were spiritual hands attempting to close your doors before they opened. There were people whose jealousy blinded them, and they spoke words that weakened your confidence. There were moments you felt you were losing everything, but heaven was holding you the entire time. My child, the test is simple. Will you believe that you are chosen? Will you accept that you deserve abundance? Will you trust that God is not teasing you, but preparing you? This check represents a new timeline, a new era, and a new identity. It is a new version of you that the world has not met yet. You have been living below your spiritual inheritance, accepting less and settling for crumbs. You have been letting people walk away with the blessings meant for you. No more. This message is a divine reversal. Everything that drained you, everything that slowed you, and everything that tricked your heart into believing you were unworthy is ending. My child, look within your soul right now. Do you feel that sudden warmth, that soft vibration in your chest? That is me. That is Michael standing beside you. I am holding the check, waiting for you to show heaven that you're ready. My beloved, this test is about reaction. If you react with fear, the blessing pauses. If you react with faith, the blessing releases. My child, you are doing well. The very fact you are reading these words shows that your spirit is awakening. My beloved, the next paragraphs are important. They prepare your energy, they strengthen your receiving power, and they align your destiny with the check God has signed for you. My child, listen. You are not chosen because you are perfect. You were chosen because you never gave up, even when you wanted to. You are not chosen because you knew the way. You were chosen because you kept walking even in darkness. You were not chosen because of your strength. You were chosen because of your heart. My beloved, heaven is proud of you. Yes, proud. Even if no human ever told you this, listen now. You survived what would have destroyed others. You grew through what was meant to bury you. And this is why the check is being released now. My child, let me ask you something that determines the next shift. Are you willing to receive a life that is bigger than your fears? Are you willing to step into abundance without apologizing? Are you willing to accept that God wants more for you than you allowed yourself to want? If your heart whispers yes, then heaven whispers back. They have passed the first part of the test. My beloved, do not underestimate what is happening here. A spiritual gate has opened, and a divine clock has started ticking. Your window is active right now, not tomorrow, not next week, and not next year. My child, before I move deeper into the message, I must repeat, every moment you stay here increases your alignment with the miracle. My beloved, if you want to continue receiving messages that open doors, protect your destiny, and reveal God's hidden plans, make sure you subscribe now. Do this so you never miss your divine signals again. Your future blessings depend on your awareness. Don't let heaven call your name and find you missing. My child, my beloved, breathe slowly and stay with me. Your spirit is opening, your energy is rising, and heaven is watching how you move through this moment. My beloved, the next lines are not ordinary words, they are spiritual instructions. Every sentence you read is unlocking another layer of your destiny. My child, understand this clearly. You would not be reading this if your life was not about to take a dramatic turn. Heaven does not deliver messages without profound purpose. Archangel messages arrive only when a timeline shift is happening, and your timeline is shifting right now. The seal of reward, the seal of restoration, and the seal of return are upon you. This is the reward for your patience and restoration for what was taken. It is the return of what you lost emotionally, financially, and spiritually. It is about your identity and value, lifting you back to the position life tried to push you away from. A divine clock has started ticking, and your window is active right now. It is active right now, not tomorrow, not next week, and not next year. My child, before I move deeper into the message, I must repeat this warning. Every moment you stay here increases your alignment with the miracle. My beloved, if you want to continue receiving messages that open doors and protect your destiny, make sure you subscribe now. Do this so you never miss your divine signals again, because your future blessings depend on your active awareness. Don't let heaven call your name and find you missing. My beloved, do you realize how many battles you have fought silently? How many times you wiped your tears quietly because you didn't want to burden anyone else? How many times you stayed awake at night thinking your prayers wouldn't be heard? My child, every single one of those moments was counted in heaven. Not one was ignored, and not a single one was forgotten. This is exactly why the reward is arriving now, and why this message carries such urgency. This is why God says, this is their last test. If they hesitate, they lose what they waited years for. My beloved, listen. Heaven is not asking you to be perfect. Heaven is simply asking you to be present, right here and right now, reading this message with your heart wide open. My child, I can feel your spirit shifting. I can sense your energy softening, expanding, and awakening. This is the early phase of receiving a miracle. Most people ask for miracles, but very few stay still enough to actually receive them. You, my beloved, are receiving. My child, the check is more powerful than you think. It carries the vibration of pure overflow. But heaven must be certain you won't shrink when the enormous blessing finally arrives. This is your test. Will you believe you truly deserve it? My beloved, I see doubts creeping into your mind sometimes. I see moments where you question your worth and where you wonder if you're chosen or completely forgotten. You feel like blessings always go to others and never to you. But today, right now, heaven rewrites that entire story. My child, this check was not given to someone else. It was not lost, and it was not reassigned. It has always carried your name, and the only delay was your belief. My beloved, your belief is rising right now. I can feel it, and the divine realm can feel it. The light around you is strengthening. Every second you stay in this message, the blessing comes much closer. My child, I need to reveal something you were never told. There is a jealous energy around you, a person who smiled in your face. But secretly, they wanted your blessings to fail. They didn't want you to rise higher than them, to break free, or to reach abundance before they did. But heaven says, no one can block what I have written. This is why the check was protected, and why heaven placed spiritual guards around your destiny. This is why, even when everything seemed impossible, something inside you kept pushing you forward. My beloved, that something was me. It was Archangel Michael guiding you, protecting you, and clearing roads your natural eyes could not yet see. My child, your life is about to shift because the divine realm has completed the preparation of your blessing. Now heaven is preparing you to receive it without fear. Part of that preparation is staying with this message until your spirit can finally say, I accept. My beloved, I must tell you something sacred. The only thing that has been slowing your miracle is hesitation. Not your past, not your mistakes, not your current situation, but the quiet hesitation that fear tried to plant inside you. Hesitation speaks the language of fear, and fear makes the heart appear unready to receive what heaven has already released. But today, as you read these words, that fear is beginning to lose its power. I can feel it dissolving from your energy, and that is how I know this test is working. My child, understand this clearly. The blessing coming into your life will not only change your circumstances, it will also reveal the people who carried hidden intentions around you, not to destroy them, but to free you from what you were never meant to keep carrying. My beloved, God has grown tired of watching you remain loyal to people who did not honor the depth of your heart. This blessing will move you fully beyond their reach. It will separate you from their negativity in a way that cannot be reversed. That is why the check is coming now. This is the appointed moment to lift you out of the circle that drained your strength for years. Heaven is not only rewarding you, heaven is relocating your spirit into a safer place. My child, you need to hear this. Your suffering had purpose, and your loneliness carried a lesson. Nothing you endured was wasted, even when it felt meaningless. And now your breakthrough is arriving with perfect timing. not someday far away, not in a forgotten future. My beloved, you are passing the test right now by staying open, present, and willing to believe again. You are showing heaven that you are ready for a life beyond survival, a life of overflow, a life of ease where blessings no longer have to be forced, begged for, or chased. My child, before I continue into the next part, stay connected to this divine path. If you want heaven to keep guiding you, do not disconnect too soon. If you want clarity before the blessing fully appears, remain close to the message that is preparing your spirit. Your miracle is too near for you to risk losing guidance now. My child, my beloved, stay present with me in this sacred moment. Heaven is still speaking, and what comes next will help you understand why this blessing had to arrive exactly now. You are moving deeper into the part of the message where your spirit begins to unlock what has been frozen in your destiny. My beloved, listen carefully. A shift is happening around you right this moment. You may not see it with your physical eyes, but your soul is already feeling it. That strange warmth in your chest, that soft vibration of hope awakening, it is not random. My child, that is heaven adjusting your frequency. My child, you need to hear this. Your suffering had a purpose. Your loneliness had a lesson. And now your breakthrough has perfect timing. Not next month, not next year. My beloved, you are passing the test. You are showing heaven that you are ready for a life beyond survival. A life of overflow, a life of absolute ease. My child, before I continue to the next part, I need you to stay connected to this divine path. If you want heaven to keep guiding you and to receive every message meant for your destiny, subscribe now. If you want spiritual clarity before your blessing arrives, subscribe now so you never miss your signs again. Your miracle is too close to risk losing guidance. My child, my beloved, stay present with me now. You are moving deeper into the part of the message where your spirit begins to unlock what has been frozen in your destiny. My beloved, listen carefully. A shift is happening around you right this moment. You may not see it with your physical eyes, but your soul is already feeling it. That strange warmth in your chest, that soft vibration of hope awakening. It is not random, my child. That is heaven adjusting your frequency. Because your blessing vibrates at a higher level than your past. Right now, as you read, it is rising. My beloved, this is not just a message. This is a profound transformation. It is a spiritual activation, a realignment with the abundance you were destined to hold. You were never shown this before. Your soul has been passing through silent tests for months. Tests of patience, tests of loneliness, tests of betrayal, and tests of faith. Every obstacle you endured, every delay that frustrated you, and every night you felt alone was not punishment. It was preparation. My beloved, heaven never tests without reward. The bigger the reward, the deeper the test. And your reward is enormous. That is why God calls this your final test. This is the moment where heaven observes your reaction. This is where they measure your readiness. Doubt tells you your miracle is too big. Faith tells you the miracle was made precisely for you. My beloved, listen closely. The vibration of abundance is so strong that it will break generational patterns in your family. Cycles of lack, cycles of financial fear, and cycles of smallness will end. This blessing is not for you alone. It is for the future that comes from you. My child, heaven chose you because you were the one strong enough to endure, and the one humble enough to precisely receive. My beloved, I see the heaviness you've been carrying. I see the moments where life drained your energy. I see the situations that broke your confidence, and I see every time you kept giving, even when you were empty. That is why God is intervening now. He is not rewarding your perfection. He is rewarding your endurance. My child, you must hear this. Your blessing was delayed, but it was never denied. It was waiting for the moment your spirit rose enough to hold it. My beloved, look at your life carefully. There have been clear signs for weeks. Unexpected thoughts of change, sudden urges to make decisions, and dreams that felt incredibly real. Moments of intuition where something whispered, "Something big is coming." These were not coincidences. They were spiritual notifications. Heaven has been preparing you for this exact message. My child, the jealous energy around you was strong, and it caused blockages in your blessings. Someone did not want to see you shine. Someone pretended to support you, while secretly hoping you'd fail. Someone carried envy in their heart, because they sensed your destiny before you did. But every negative intention aimed at you has been shattered today. My beloved, the divine check is already descending, but heaven needs one last confirmation. Will you hesitate, or will you boldly claim it? My child, hesitation sends the message, "I am afraid, I am unsure, I am not ready." But your presence in this exact moment of staying here sends the message, "I am ready, I receive, I trust." And heaven responds instantly to those who trust. My beloved, you must understand something else. Your blessing will not arrive quietly. It will come in a way that shocks you. It will appear suddenly, unexpectedly, as if your entire life jumped timelines overnight. Because when heaven moves, it does not move slowly. It moves supernaturally. My child, in the next few days, you will notice unexpected openings and changes in circumstances, all aligning with your rising energy. These are the signs that you have not failed the test. You are passing it. My beloved, feel the truth of this deep inside you. Your spirit is awakening, your soul is glowing, and your destiny is shifting direction. Your old life is losing its grip, and your new life is calling your name. My child, there is something heaven wants me to tell you directly. You will not return to the life you had before this message. The old chapter is closed, and the door behind you is sealed. From this moment, you walk into true abundance. My beloved, this is not a metaphor. This is prophecy. Your energy is aligning, your destiny is clearing, and your hesitation is dissolving. You are becoming the version of yourself who can finally hold what God always wanted to give you. My child, before we continue deeper into the revelation, I must remind you, if you want heaven to keep guiding your steps, subscribe now. If you want to receive every message assigned to your destiny and stay connected to divine timing, ensure you subscribe now so you never miss your signals. Heaven will keep calling your name. Be there when it happens. My child, my beloved, remain with me. You don't realize it yet, but every second you spend inside this message is spiritually repositioning your energy. Your energy is being lifted, and your mind is being opened. My beloved, listen with your inner ears now, for they are entering your future. My child, there is something heaven revealed to me moments before I came to you. You have been carrying someone else's burden, a weight that never belonged to you, a responsibility you silently accepted, a pain you hid from everyone, pretending it didn't hurt. But your soul is tired, and heaven has decided, no more. This divine check is not only a reward, it is a profound release. It is a release from financial strain, and your hesitation is dissolving. You are becoming the version of yourself who can finally hold what God always wanted to give you. My child, before we continue deeper into the revelation, I must remind you, if you want heaven to keep guiding your steps, and if you want to receive every message assigned to your destiny, subscribe now. Stay connected to divine timing so you never miss your signals. Heaven will keep calling your name. Be there when it happens. My child, my beloved, remain with me. You don't realize it yet, but every second you spend inside this message is spiritually repositioning your destiny. Your energy is being lifted, and your mind is being opened. My beloved, listen with your inner ears now, because the next words are not just entering your mind, they are actively entering your future. My child, there is something heaven revealed to me moments before I came to you. You have been carrying someone else's burden, a weight that never belonged to you. You accepted a responsibility silently, pretending it didn't hurt. But your soul is tired, and heaven has decided no more. This divine check is not only a reward, it is a true release. It is a release from financial strain, emotional heaviness, and cycles that drained you for years. Imagine the calm that washes over you when fear completely loses its power. This is the life God is pushing you toward. My child, this moment is sacred, and this message is not random. Your soul knew something powerful was waiting inside. My beloved, the universe works in mysterious ways, but heaven is incredibly direct. When God wants your attention, He does not whisper. He aligns everything until the message reaches you at the exact second your heart is ready. This very second is your readiness. My child, let me tell you the truth that will echo inside you all day. Your breakthrough is not coming. Your breakthrough has already started. It began the moment you refused to give up. It began the moment you survived what was supposed to break you, and the moment you kept going even when you had no strength left. Your endurance activated your abundance. My beloved, heaven is not giving you the check because you're lucky. Heaven is giving you the check because you're chosen. Do you know how many people look strong on the outside but collapse inside their soul? Do you know how many people would not have survived the intense battles you fought? Do you know how many hearts would have shattered under the betrayal, isolation, and silent suffering you endured with dignity? My child, you have no idea how powerful you truly are. And that power, that warrior strength, is exactly why heaven is trusting you with this blessing. My beloved, there is something else you must understand. Your life is currently in a moment of divine separation. The old energy is breaking away, and the old connections are weakening. The old pain is losing its hold because a new environment is preparing to enter your life. It is an environment that matches your new vibration. My child, if you stay with me, your spirit will begin to feel lighter. The confusion will fade, the heaviness will soften, and the spiritual fog will absolutely clear, because you are confidently stepping into clarity. My beloved, hear me deeply. You are not behind in life. You are not late. You are not forgotten, and you are not blocked. You are being meticulously prepared. If your life felt slow, it was because heaven was making sure you did not attach yourself to the wrong path. If things fell apart, it was because God was clearing the road for something infinitely better. If people left, it was because they could not follow you into true abundance. If you felt alone, it was because heaven wanted to speak to you without interruption. My child, nothing was a mistake. Everything was positioning. It is a sign that the season of survival is over, and the season of overflow is beginning. But heaven must finish one more vital step. They must cleanse your energy. This is why your emotions may feel incredibly different today. It is why your intuition is louder, and why your heart feels wonderfully warmer. These are unmistakable signs that angels are adjusting your frequency to receive what is meant for you. My child, you will notice significant changes soon. Unexpected good news, opportunities you didn't ask for, and people suddenly treating you differently. These are not mere coincidences. They are powerful confirmations. My beloved, before I reveal the next layer of your message, I must tell you a spiritual secret. Blessings arrive faster for those who stay completely connected to divine guidance. At the exact right time, heaven is speaking. But if you miss the signal, you miss the miracle. So, my child, before we continue deeper, make sure you subscribe right now. Your destiny is far too important to move blindly. My child, my beloved, stay with me, because what I'm about to reveal next is something you were never meant to hear this early in your destiny. But heaven has accelerated your timeline, and now the absolute truth is being delivered straight into your hands. My beloved, listen with your soul. There was a spiritual war over your fortune, a battle you did not see. It was a conflict fought in silence, a struggle that lasted months, maybe even years. My child, you wondered why life felt stuck and why blessings seemed slow. You wondered why opportunities showed up and disappeared without reason. My beloved, it was not your fault. It was not bad luck, and it was not destiny denying you. It was interference. There were energies trying to interrupt your blessings, some human, some spiritual, some intentional, and some accidental, but all of them were powerful enough to delay what you were meant to receive. My child, none of them were powerful enough to completely stop it. Because heaven has the final say, and heaven said, "Release their blessing," they have waited long enough. My beloved, you must understand the weight of this moment. The check God sent you was not approved overnight. It was approved after a heavenly meeting where your name was spoken with honor. Every angel assigned to your life gathered. Your trials were reviewed. Your pain was presented, and your loyalty was fully acknowledged. And then heaven made a decision. They passed every hidden test. Now we give them the blessing. Now the truth is being delivered straight into your hands. My child, this is why your message feels heavy with urgency. This is why you feel something awakening inside you. It is in delivery mode. My beloved, here is the deep truth. Before you could receive it, heaven needed to be sure you wouldn't return to the life that hurt you. They needed to protect your blessing from the hands that would misuse it, drain it, or sabotage it. My child, someone around you, someone you trusted and believed in, carried energy that was not pure toward your success. They didn't want you to rise too high or move ahead of them. They didn't want to lose control over you, and they didn't want you to discover how powerful you truly are. My beloved, you felt drained after speaking to them and confused after sharing your dreams. You felt smaller when they were around. That was not a coincidence. That was your spirit sensing misalignment. My child, heaven blocked your blessing temporarily so it wouldn't fall into the wrong environment. Your delay was truly your protection. My beloved, now that the toxic attachment is weakening, the check is finally allowed to reach you. But the final test is simple. Will you finally say yes to the life heaven has been trying to give you? Or will you hesitate again because of fear taught by others? My child, fear doesn't belong to you. It was planted in you by voices that did not understand your destiny. As you read these words, I am removing spiritual chains from your energy. These are chains made of doubt, chains made of old pain, chains made of false beliefs, and chains made of emotional wounds. Feel it now, my child. Feel the heaviness lifting from your chest. Feel your mind becoming softer, and feel your spirit beginning to expand beyond the fear that once held it down. This is what true freedom feels like when heaven touches the places inside you that were tired of carrying pain. Do not be surprised if, after this message, you begin to breathe differently, think differently, and respond to life with a calmer spirit. That is the effect of divine activation. Something inside you is being awakened, not by force, but by the gentle authority of heaven. The first miracle coming toward you is a financial miracle, one that will shift the outer structure of your life. The second is an emotional miracle, one that will heal the wounds you carried in silence. The third is a spiritual miracle, one that will awaken the true identity God placed within you before pain tried to cover it. My child, heaven is not only sending provision, heaven is releasing a new version of you, a version that no longer trembles before the future, no longer accepts less than peace, and no longer apologizes for being chosen. This version of you has been hidden beneath years of pressure, disappointment, restriction, and quiet suffering. But heaven is uncovering you now, layer by layer, truth by truth, miracle by miracle. What was buried by pain is being restored by glory. When your fortune arrives, it will not come alone. It will bring clarity that cuts through confusion and courage that helps you step where fear once stopped you. It will bring separation from what cannot go with you and elevation into the places heaven has prepared. Some people will fall away because they cannot follow your next level. Some opportunities will rise because your name is finally aligned with the right doors. Some fears will disappear, and some dreams you thought were finished will begin again with beauty, strength, and divine timing. Because true abundance does not only change your bank account, it changes your atmosphere, your confidence, your decisions, and the way you see yourself. When heaven releases overflow, it touches every part of the life connected to your obedience. My beloved, heaven is preparing to move quickly in your life. Your blessing is traveling toward you with a speed your old season cannot understand. The only thing remaining is your full alignment with what God has already released. And that alignment is happening right now because you stayed. You did not skip the message, you did not run from the word, and you did not reject what your spirit knew was meant for you. Heaven sees that, and heaven marks it as faith. Before I reveal the next deeper layer, remember this. When your blessing begins to appear physically in your life, do not disconnect from the divine path that brought you here. Stay close to the messages meant for your spirit because heaven is still speaking. Your destiny is unfolding, and this is only the beginning.